headed to the West Bijou Ranch.
Beiju, honey.
Beiju, which is part of the Savory Institute. We're going to meet with Dave Carter, who's the president of the National Bison Association. And once we enter the entrance of the ranch, it's another mile just to get to the ranch house. I like the signs. That's it. That's pretty.
One of the cool things about these areas is you don't really need cameras. You got the wide open spaces and you're gonna see the dust.
There's one of those hoof things.
A cattle guard, honey?
Cattle guard. They don't have cows out here.
Maybe they do. Maybe it's part of the Savory Institute. I don't know what all other animals they have out here. We're here to see a specific mammal. Good morning, number 573. Can you mosey on along? Thank you, honey. Good morning. Cows. Big tip.
With your hand on your heart, oh please tell me, will I cope?
I'm Dave Carter. I'm the Executive Director of the National Bison Association. I have been with the association as its director for the last 20 years. And for about 17 of those, my wife and I have actually been involved in raising bison. And so we're partners in a herd of about 240 mother cows here at the West Bijou Ranch in Colorado, which is owned by the Savory Institute and managed regeneratively.
Go ahead, Charlie.
call this Buffalo TV.
You guys should have a camera out here.
One of our members, he's got a job in town. He's over on the western slope. He says, yeah, I come home after work. He says, I go make myself a thermos of martinis and go out in the pasture and watch Buffalo TV for a while.
That's awesome. Oh, I love it. Charlie, you've got one coming right to you. Look at that. Look at this one right here.
Yeah.
Started leading them all over into this section. I was trying to fiddle with my camera and Charlie goes, they're all moving. I was like, maybe just stand really still and they'll come hang out with us.
I'll tell you what, it's a very matriarchal society.
Is it?
The women run the show.
Oh, okay. So is that maybe a woman or a cow?
That's a cow. Yeah,
okay.
Now the bulls are in it for one thing, and then the cows take care of. And it's a very, very social structure. So, it looks like one herd out here, but there's little family groups of 20 to 30.
Gotcha.
That you can tell the difference. I mean, besides genitalia, but the cows are generally mature cows will be between 900 and 1,000 pounds.
Okay.
Your bulls obviously get bigger.
Yeah, the big guys back there.
But if you look at the cows, the females, they'll have a narrow head and their horns come out and curve around.
Hello, mamas and big bull. Now I know how to tell the difference. Hi. I don't want to be fed. Or not, I don't want to feed you is what I'm trying to say. I'm like, you would not make me a meal, but you might make me a piece of the earth, which I don't want right now. Hi, buddy. Go on. What's this one's name? 808.
808.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me see you wonderfully. You're a fine specimen. Golly, this is it's incredibly I don't even have words right now to just be able to be standing in this field.
Right.
Okay, let's go. Why'd you say oops?
I heard a crunch from a cactus.
There's a huge cactus patch you're going. Oh, you just. Yep. What's up, cactus?
You've got so much content flow just from doing these projects.
Are you excited?
Yeah. This is what I envision us doing, not me sitting on the camera. I mean, I know I have to do that. What these guys have to say about stuff are things like with what he was talking about with Impossible Burger and stuff like that. That's what people like to hear, but it's coming from
More experienced ranchers.
So even with the rain we had, it's still dry today.
Yeah, my name is Dan Nossel. I'm with the Natural Resources Conservation Service Office and out of Franktown. And we're here today at the West Bijou Ranch doing a range inventory. And as a part of the range inventory, what we do is we identify the plant species that are on the landscape, estimate the composition of those species, and then do a visual estimate of the production, the annual production that is on that landscape.
I think one of the most powerful things to appreciate about bison, and it's becoming more and more important each and every day is to recognize the role that ruminants overall play in healthy grasslands. And of course, in this part of the world, the bison were the keystone historic species. In North America, grasslands historically made up between 30 and 40% of the ecosystems. The grassland ecosystems evolved in concert with the bison. I say these grasslands bear the indelible hoofprint of the bison. The species of grasses that naturally grow out here, those all evolved with the interaction, the hoof prints, the manure, the urine, the wallowing of bison. These grasses are so efficient in capturing carbon and putting it back into the soil, but they can't do it by themselves. If we were just to leave these grasslands vacant and take all of the livestock off of them, they'd choke themselves out. The grasses produce about 30% more forage every year than could decompose, so they would oxidize and it would turn into a desert.
We need moisture for grasses and forbs that grow to decay as much as we need for them to grow. In the areas of the world where the rainfall and humidity is irregular, what grows, it can't decay. There's not the humidity above ground on a regular basis to allow for it to decay. If you think about where's the only place above ground year-round in those areas where you have that moisture to decay, it's in the stomach or the ruminant of the animal. That's why we need the animal there. The forage has to go through the animal where the microbes are in the moist environment to decay. Along with that, we've got to have the predator, which kept the animal moving, bunched and moving. So right now we're running bison on this ranch, but we could be using any ruminant to do that same process, whether it's a wilder animal like the buffalo, American buffalo, or domesticated cow or sheep or goat. We're trying to support those animals to do their job in making the environment function.
Buffalo are central to who we are and to our identity.
We have now recognized the bison as our national mammal. It's not only a Native American story, it's an American story that people need to understand.
Bison is the historical keystone species in maintaining healthy grassland.
This land needs large ungulates in order to be healthy and the most productive it can be. It's the way it's evolved.
There's never a day that I come out and see these animals that I'm not awestruck.
It's an animal that most Americans can identify and love.
It's hard to not romanticize them. When you look at them, you get that primal feeling I know I'm putting human emotions to an animal, but you can look in all their eyes and you know there's a bond.
Well, I think, like just about everybody else that gets involved with bison in any way, you just fall in love with the animal.
In order for us to be our full authentic selves, and then I think for the buffalo to be their fullest selves as buffalo, as tatanka as we call them, we have to have a relationship with them.
The history is phenomenal.
How they've survived for thousands of years.
Surviving the last ice age, almost going extinct through hunting and disease and getting down to so few numbers and then expanding and getting to the point where it's not only a stable population, but it's a growing and healthy population.
They're just survivors.
I think that's what strikes me, and I think that probably what strikes almost anybody that's involved in bison ranching. And you think about what they represent to this landscape, to the people that lived here historically, to the ecosystem.
When the buffalo were gone, we were unable to feed, clothe ourselves. The land and the environment suffered as well.
I like to call grasslands North America's rainforest. These grasses are so efficient in capturing carbon and putting it back into the soil, but they can't do it by themselves.
In the areas of the world where the rainfall and humidity is irregular, what grows, it can't decay. There's not the humidity above ground. If you think about where is the only place above ground year-round in those areas where you have that moisture to decay, it's in the stomach or the ruminant of the animal. That's why we need the animal there. The forage has to go through the animal where the microbes are in the moist environment to decay.
The grassland ecosystems evolved in concert with the bison.
The amazing thing, though, is that when you put buffalo back on land, back into the ecosystem, they themselves begin to do ecological work.
By restoration of a keystone species, we know that plant and animal biodiversity will increase. Buffalo lives in a way that we all should live.
They're incredibly kind animals. They take care of each other in ways that are just magnificent, in ways that are heartwarming, in ways that represent kind of the best ideas that humanity strives for.
Any storm that's coming, a buffalo will walk head into it.
And they weather it, and not only do they weather it, they actually thrive.
That's a metaphor for life.
The magnificence of this animal, each and every time you see it. There's just something about these animals that are so incredible.
By bringing buffalo back, managing our other wildlife species, ensuring that we have a viable population of buffalo is actually food sovereignty.
Bison are prey animals. They've always helped sustain the wolves, the bears, the mountain lions, and the native peoples.
We can trace our history back to this part of the world to at least 2,000 years. And during that time, we've relied on buffalo. That's part of the relationship that we have with them. With the numbers of buffalo being so diminished, it's now our turn to take care of the buffalo. They took care of us, and now it's our turn to take care of them.
Consumers play actually an important role in the function of healthy bison herds.
We want to be ecologically sustainable, but we have to be economically sustainable as well.
It's all part of the whole, if you will. Without the consumer, the chain is broken. Without the bison, the chain is broken for the healthy land.
So the diet of getting this buffalo back into the dinner plates of our people is also about health and healing. And so as we heal the land by restoring buffalo, we also in turn heal our communities.
And what's great is we're all working together. We have different approaches as tribal producers or conservationists or ranchers. We have different approaches to maybe how we manage the animal. But at the heart of it is this magnificent animal that we all love and want to be good stewards of, and we want to see restored to the ecosystems of North America.